Hey, what's going on? This is Chris Anthony coming at you guys once again live. And this is going to be for the sign of Sagittarius for November 15th through November 30th. Coming at you, Sag, with the live reading. Hopefully this resonates with you guys, everybody that's watching the video. If it doesn't resonate, then I'll catch you on the next go round. If it does resonate for you, then do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those good things to let me know that you're watching the channel and you like what you hear and see. Let's get right into the reading. Sagittarius, we're starting off with your present energies right here. I did a couple of clarifiers just because I saw some cards that needed clarification, Sag. And then right over here we got some futuristic energies for you. So starting off at the crown of your reading, we do have the Ten of Wands. So we know the Ten of Wands is representing some type of completion, that was hard to deal with, hard for you to kind of to carry. It was a load that you're kind of carrying, a burden that could be burdening you or was burdening you in the past. I think burdening is a word, I believe. Yeah, I'm trying to get proper over here. But the Ten of Wands represents a burden. So coming into the 15th into the 30th for November, you could feel that you're getting ready to drop a load, or you feel like you're getting closer to a completion of a cycle or completion to some goals that you may have set for yourself. The Ten of Wands represents just that, like the wrapping up of something that was kind of like hard to deal with, something that you're ready to kind of let go of. You don't even want to be pushing anymore, but you know you're getting close to the finish line and you know you're closer to a completion. So this is kind of like that last leg of the race, the last leg of the journey, or the last leg of that cycle. You wrapping up this karmic cycle or situation that just has been kind of burdensome to you. It was clarified by the King of Swords and the Page of Swords, but I'll get back into that later. Let's keep it moving and see what else the cards are saying. Right in the middle of your reading, you have the Moon card. So the Moon represents... on one end, it could represent just not having clarity about a certain situation. It could represent kind of like being in the darkness when it comes down to certain things that's happening in your life. Just not having that full-on clarity like you would have if the Sun card was here. The Sun card would kind of be the opposite of the Moon card, and you would have like just an awareness, a lightness, clarity, because we know when the sun is shining in the daytime, it's kind of like you can see everything. The birds are chirping, like life is going on. But at nighttime, when the moon is here, it's kind of like a time for, you know, a more inner reflection. It's for you to reflect on all the things that happen in the daytime. So what I'm getting out of this card for you, Sagittarius, is kind of like that, just that, you doing some inner reflection. You reflecting on the things that could have come about with you during this Ten of Wands kind of situation that you've been in, this burdensome situation. You're doing some kind of reflection on it, because with the moonlight you get a different view of things. Like, let's say if you went outside and you were just looking in your yard or outside of your house, outside of your apartment, wherever you live, at nighttime under the moonlight it looks totally different than it does under sunlight. And so the moonlight gives you a different point of view. It gives you a different perception of what you're looking at. So I think you're seeing things from a different point of view right now. That has more to do with your intuition. The moon has to do with that inner knowledge, that intuition, that knowing. So this could be you tapping into your intuition to look at your life, to review or reflect your life, or just review and reflect a certain situation that you're dealing with currently. And this is you just getting more clarity on that, but getting internal clarity on it, because I think you did everything to kind of like search for all of the external information about whatever you're dealing with, or whatever could be burdensome to you, and now you're kind of like going internal to look at it from a different point of view. So that's what's happening. The moonlight gives you a different point of view. You know, just it's a different type of vibe that you're getting when you're looking at a certain situation that you could be dealing with towards the end of November. Next to that, we have the Empress card. So the Empress card being right next to the moon. You know, the Empress represents fertility, represents imagination, creativity, artistic, you know, characteristic or artistic skills that you have or could be developing right now. But if this is you taking on that Empress energy, then it's just somebody that has that inner strength, that inner knowing, that confidence. You know, she wears her confidence outwardly, and everybody can see it. Only because she knows that her inner world, her inner knowledge of herself, is kind of like what makes her attractive, what makes people want to, you know, be near her, be around her. The Empress is also a nurturing energy too. So for some reason, I'm feeling that you could be doing some nurturing on yourself, just because this Moon card is right here, and for some reason, the Moon card is speaking to me about your internal world, your inner world. You're going on the inside, kind of, to do some nurturing of your inner child, some nurturing of maybe some inner wounds or past wounds that you could be wrapping up. You know, this could be something that you could have been dealing with just internally for a while. You know, it's like some of those. Let me see a good explanation of that. Some internal wounds are like so deep down that you really don't even notice them at all. You know, it's like you can have internal traumas or just, you know, not even, it doesn't even have to be trauma. It could just be the way that you look at life or you see life, or that you were taught as a child to see life. And some of those things we don't notice at all as much during the day or in our waking lives. You know, it takes for you to have to like slow down and get into a meditative kind of state. Not even, you know, if you're not into meditation, this could just be you just slowing down and just doing some reflection. So you could be up at night a little bit during this period, just reflecting on certain things that you're healing, you know, that these new energies are coming in and bringing healing to. Certain things could be coming up from the surface. You know, you could be being triggered just to be healed during this period. That's kind of what I'm feeling for some reason. I don't know how the Empress and the Moon card kind of brought that out of me, but that's what I'm feeling. Because this Empress energy for you, Sagittarius, to me is representing that that inner wealth that you have, and you're tapping into with that Moon card. You know, it's kind of like you're going inside to look at things from a different point of view. And while you're there, you're kind of tapping into your inner wealth that you have, that Empress card, that, like I said, creativity, that artistic side of yourself, you know, that intuitive, nurturing, feminine side of yourself. This represents the feminine principle, the Empress card. So even if you're a man, you could be tapping into those feminine principles with the Moon card and the Empress card here. Right next to that, we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is representing you maybe wanting to do some celebration. And that could be happening, especially during this time, because we're in the holiday season. So Thanksgiving is coming up. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. And so you guys could just be around family and friends going into the end of the month and kind of just enjoying yourself a little bit. It seems like it's more of a calm party that you're having. It's just kind of like kicking back a little bit. This could just be, even if you're out and about and you guys are, let's say, at a big major party or something like that with friends and family, or at a big gathering for friends and family, you still kind of are taking on this Moon energy where you're kind of laid back and doing some self-reflection, or you're vibing out to your own energy. You know, it's kind of like you just want to be in your own space, kind of. So even if you are around people and celebrating the year and doing some reflection and thanking, you know, being thankful about certain things, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you're kind of on the inside. You know, most people around you probably won't notice it that much. But I think internally you are just kind of like reflecting about some things, you know, some things that you just kind of want to get rid of, maybe. That Ten of Wands, or that you know is about to be wrapping up for you. Right below that, we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is representing, it could be an offer that's coming in This usually has to do with an emotional offer that's being made, but it's in the beginning stages. It's an immature offer that could be coming in, but it is an emotional one. But it is from a page, so that could be that. It also could just be you tapping in once again to your emotions, because I think this moon card right here for some reason is you just wanting to tap into your emotions, slow down a little bit from all the external stimuli that's outside of you, and you're just tapping into your emotional body, your emotional field, your aura, kind of just seeing where you're at internally, checking on your inner self, on your inner child, checking in with your higher self. This is what I'm feeling for some reason. And I think that's what's happening. Let me see up here. Let's kind of do the clarifiers, clarifying the Page of Swords, or clarifying the Ten of Wands. We have the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. So this burden could have to do with the air sign. You could, some of you guys could be dealing with a air sign. It could be two different air signs, that you could be dealing with. One could be younger and another one could be older. One could be, more, just kind of like not as well put together as the other one is. The other one seems more mature. The King of Swords is a more mature energy. So this could be you dealing with two different people, maybe. And that could be why we have the Three of Cups. It could be a third party situation. And I hate saying that word, and I hate hearing it on readings, because it seems like every single reading, somebody always says third party situation. But yeah, not to be cliche, but that could be what's going on, just because I see two different court cards here, and then right in the middle we have the Ten of Wands. So this is kind of like a burdensome thing that's happening with somebody that could be an air sign, or somebody that takes on just the energy of a direct person, somebody that is straight up. They could be stubborn a little bit. They're kind of stuck in their ways on some things. They're logical, mental, analytical. You could be dealing with a person like that. And then on the other hand, you could be dealing with a more younger energy, a younger air sign for some of you guys, like I said, that could be trying to come in and make an offer to you. Somebody could be making an emotional offer to you with these two different pages coming in. And it could be an air sign. It could be a water sign also, because we have the Page of Cups. Or you could just be dealing with a water sign and an air sign and trying to make a decision between both of those people. Or vice versa. Somebody you could be dealing with, could be trying to make a decision between you and somebody else. So it could go either way on that. But with those two court cards being the clarifier for the Ten of Wands, I think that this could be a situation that, you want to just complete, you want to end, you kind of want to drop the burden that you're dealing with. You could be wanting to drop these two people, or drop this person, this air sign that's kind of like burdensome to you. And that could be the reason why you're going into reflection, because you're not clear on everything, dealing with this air sign or dealing with this person that kind of wants to come in and make an offer to you. Because they're attractive. If you're taking on that Empress energy, they could be attractive to your vibe, how you're vibing out, the strength and confidence that you're taking on. But right now it's kind of like you're looking at it from a different point of view. You're getting some type of clarity with this Moon card, even though the Moon card could represent deception sometimes. I think you're getting clarity on something that could deceive you if you didn't take a second to stop a little bit and do some reflection. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Sagittarius, let's see what's happening in your future energies though. So right next to that, we have the Nine of Swords, and then clarifying that we have the Three of Swords, and then the Five of Swords. A lot of swords energy, mental energy. So starting with the Nine of Swords, you could be going into the end of the month, just kind of like feeling a little stressed out, a little anxious about something that you can't quite figure out, that you're thinking about. It could have something to do with this situation that is kind of burdensome to you. You want to drop the burdens. You're going inside to kind of think about it, to get some more clarity on it, to look at it from a different point of view. And towards the end of the month, it's kind of stressing you out, maybe because you're not getting the answers right away that you want, or this thing is not ending as fast as you want it to end, or something is not changing or wrapping up as fast as you want it to happen. The Three of Swords, we know, represents some type of emotional pain, some type of hurt, heartbreak, pain, betrayal that could have went on with a certain person. I'm thinking it may be that air sign that we were talking about. Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini could have you feeling like this, or vice versa. You could have them feeling like this. They could be, up worried about you, or you're up, can't sleep at night, worried about what's happening with that situation because you feel some type of heartbreak or betrayal from that person. And with the Five of Swords being right there, yeah, that's what happened. That's what could be happening, what you could be dealing with towards the end of the month. It could have already happened is what I feel like. I feel like it already happened and you're kind of just doing some healing when it comes down to that, because somebody could have done something to you, that was just kind of dirty. That card right there is just somebody that's dirty, like who likes people like that at all? And you're kind of feeling stressed out about it for some reason, because this person could have done something underhanded to you, betrayed you, and you didn't expect for that to happen, and you're kind of dealing with that heartbreak, that pain. But right under that, we have the World card, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So the World card being right underneath that energy is talking about that transformation that's occurring, that wrapping up of that cycle happening. You're taking the time to do that self-reflection and to do that healing, and that thinking, and just kind of being stressed out about certain stuff that happened in the past. So what's happening after that is the World card, and the World card is kind of like that completion of that cycle. You coming out of the cocoon, coming out of your inner world, and just, having a new type of energy, having a transformative energy about yourself. The World card is all eyes on me type of card too. So it's going into the end of the month, into December, you could be shining, you could be attractive, you could be wanting to put something out to the world. You could be wanting to display something on social media or any type of platform. This usually has to do with the internet. You getting attention on the internet. So if you're somebody who is an influencer, or you do anything online, then in the end of November, you could have some attention coming your way just because you're presenting something new. I don't know for sure if this popped up in one of your other readings that I did for you, Sagittarius, but for some reason I think it was. So yeah, that energy is back again, and it's just kind of like saying that you're starting a new cycle. You have some new energy coming in that's emerging from out of this type of energy that you were dealing with in the past, and then this type of reflective moon energy. You need to do that to kind of like wrap up this old cycle that's completing with this old person, that could be completing, but you're coming out on top, you're coming out shining. Whatever did happen with this person, I think it is leaving a transformative mark on you. If it is a person that you were dealing with, if it was just a cycle that you're dealing with, or let's say a place or a job or career, whatever it has happened that kind of stretched you out, that made you go through a whole bunch of pain, betrayal, the bullshit, then I feel that this is the payoff for it. The World card. This is the person that kind of like leaves everything behind that wasn't serving them, and she's emerging from out of that whole trial, that journey that she had to go through, all the lessons that she had to learn. And now she's taking on a whole new energy, a brand new person that's way more vulnerable. Even though she could have been hurt in the past, she's still open to, the world. She's still open with sharing her gifts, with sharing her personality. So this could be the energy you're taking on towards the end of November. Right under that, we have the Ace of Swords. So you could be taking on that energy just because you have some clarity coming in from the universe. And I believe this clarity has to do with not only you as a person, but your path in life. I think the World card is connected to that with you, Sagittarius. I'm feeling like you're getting some clarity coming in when it comes down to your life path, because you've been on a certain path that you think you've been there too long. You know, you could be at a job or a career that you think you've been there too long, or just in a relationship, just around a group of people, you know, and you kind of want to shed that off and start a whole new life, kind of, or start a whole new journey, or just a new cycle for yourself. And I believe that is coming in with the Ace of Swords. This is kind of like that clarity that comes in, that information that hits you from the universe. It's like, okay, here you go. It could be an offer coming in too, you know, that has to do with something that you kind of could have been thinking about, because this is a sword. So this could be a offer coming in with something that could have been on your mind. Could be with a person maybe that you were stressed out about. You know, something could be happening with the person that's coming in making you an offer, or you could be thinking about making an offer with somebody else. But you're getting some clarity with that connection. So the Ace of Swords is here towards the end of the month, giving you some clarity on all this stuff that you were kind of stressed out about. And it's kind of like, you know, clearing everything up for you. The universe is kind of like, okay, we're bringing you clarity. You know, we see that you're extra stressed out right now, and you're going to get some clarity only because you're doing some soul searching right here, you know, and it's going to lead to a lot of clarity for you towards the end of the month, Sagittarius. So that was your reading. Definitely, I hope that it resonated with you. It was a kind of a lot going on, a lot of different energies that I was feeling, a lot of heavy energies too. So hopefully you're feeling good by the end of the month for whatever burdens that you're dealing with, Sagittarius. Definitely, I believe that the universe is going to give you some clarity if you ask the questions and kind of like sit down for a second and have some deep thoughts to yourself, have some alone time. You may want to do some meditation, you know, or just have that contemplative talk with yourself. But yeah, we know that it's going to be looking up going into the end of the year, into the beginning of the year next year. So Sagittarius, that is your reading. If you like what you heard, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, anything you want to do to let me know you like the reading, and I will see you guys on the next reading. Later.